The most important tool you have is your pricing tool. If this tool doesn't work, everything else falls apart, and all those other tools, your mower, blower, trimmer, truck, and trailer, are useless. For decades, I've been refining my quote and pricing system to be as efficient and accurate as possible. Over the years, I've measured production rates for different types of equipment. I've timed how long it takes to mow different sized properties with different mowers, how long trimming, edging, and blowing should take, and how the layout of a property affects the amount of work involved. I've refined the way I measure properties, create quotes, set minimum prices, and calculate what a job actually needs to bring in for the business to make money. And I've spent just as much time working on how I market. When I started almost 30 years ago, I went door to door because I needed to find out whether there was even a market for the service I wanted to offer. As time went on, I dialed in and became more direct with my marketing to target specific streets and neighborhoods. I've always believed that the best customers aren't just the people willing to hire you, they're the people located in the areas where you actually want to work. Because the closer your customers are together, the less time you spend driving, the more work you can complete, and the more profitable your route becomes. For years, all of these things were separate processes. Now, I've brought everything I've learned into one system. It's a system that has grown my business from a solopreneur to a multi-crew company servicing over 500 clients every week. Now, I'm giving that system to you, and it's even bigger and better. This is going to change everything. The way you quote, price, plan, and even market. Stay tuned to see exactly how this can save you time and bring more profit in. Plus, the secret way, it will change how you market forever. Most lawn care businesses don't lose money because they can't cut grass. They lose money because every quote eats up fuel, drive time, measuring time, and then the price still doesn't include everything it actually costs to do the job. I see this happen all the time, and it's a big reason for why 100,000 lawn and landscape businesses go bust every year. That's why I created the Rapid Quote Profit Generator. It's built with data from over 30 years of real lawn care experience measuring production times, including how long it takes on average to set up, mow, trim, and blow, so that you can quote faster, ensure every cost you spend is covered, and stop leaving profit behind on every job. The Rapid Quote Profit Generator takes everything into account to ensure you're making a profit on every job. With this tool, you can enter any property in the US, choose whether you want the system to estimate, measure the property yourself with a few clicks, or you can type the exact size in if you know it already. Then you can choose your equipment, whether it's a push mower, walk behind, or zero turn, and the deck width. Each setting has average production times attached from real work over decades and affects the estimated time, changing the final quote to ensure you have profit built in. Then click your crew size and, if you know it, set the property difficulty. Then you can set your pricing targets with your target man-hour rate, your minimum price per cut, your average trimming and blowing time, how many times you'll service this property in the season, and what you want to round the quote up to. Each of these price target settings affects the final quote to make sure you're covering every cost you have and making profit. And you're even given a lower market and higher market range to choose from. Your final ready to send quote is determined by the size of the property or the time it takes to complete the job, whichever ensures you get the most profit out of every job. So instead of driving across town, walking an entire property, and throwing a number together, you can get a profitable quote calculated from real data. Let me walk you through it. First, you enter the property address. This gives the tool a starting point. Once the address is selected, the system can load the property, pull in the available property data, and start building an estimate. From there, you confirm how you want to measure the property. You can use the built-in measuring system, which estimates the overall lawn area based on real data, or you can measure the lawn yourself with the drawing tool. Once you draw that area, the tool uses that measurement. If you already know the exact lawn size, there's even an option to enter that number in here for the quote. Next, you choose your setup. This is where the quote starts matching how you actually work in the field, because the equipment you use and even the deck width impacts your production time. Each setting here has an average production time attached to it based on how long it takes to mow 1,000 square feet. These timings are taken from real work in the field. You've also got an option to set your crew size. A solo operator isn't going to complete a job as fast as a 2 or a 3-man crew. And you've even got a property difficulty setting. So if you know there's some obstacles or uneven ground, you can set that here or leave it at default. Then you set your pricing targets. This is one of the most important features of the tool. You set your target man-hour rate, your minimum price per cut, your trimming and blowing time, how many services this season, and how you want the quote rounded. Once your settings are in, click the Build My Quote button, and the tool does the rest of the work. It uses the mowable area, your mower setup, your crew setup, your production assumptions, your hourly target, and your minimum price to recommend a price per cut. Then you'll see the recommended quote, the estimated time, the mowable area, the hourly target, the season value, and a final recommended price with a range included. That range is helpful because every market is different. You might need to adjust slightly based on the property, your area, or the type of customer, but now you're adjusting from a real number instead of starting with a guess. If you would prefer to go with the recommended minimum or maximum, just click the price you want and the tool will implement that price into the final quote for you to send to the homeowner. And once the quote is ready, you can click this button and download your ready to send quote PDF. Every plan gives you access to the same calculator. The difference is how many quote credits you need each month. And then there's the lifetime option. This one is for the owner who knows they're going to use this tool a lot and doesn't want to think about quote limits. With lifetime, you pay once, get unlimited quote credits, and can keep using the rapid quote profit generator whenever you need it. That means you can run quotes for new leads, check properties you already service and raise prices, compare different mower setups, help office staff quote faster, and use it during busy season without worrying about burning through credits. And here's another way you can use it. Instead of spending money on Facebook ads that bring in leads from all over town, you can pick the exact neighborhood you want to work in, run quotes for each property in that area, print the quotes out, and then mail or hand deliver them straight to the homeowner. Now, you're not just accepting leads from all over the place. You're targeting the streets you actually want, building a tighter route, and putting a real starting price in front of the kind of customers you want. That's what unlimited credits gives you. More freedom to use the tool as part of your actual quoting and marketing system. So if you're planning to use Rapid Quote Gen regularly, the lifetime plan gives you the lowest long-term cost. Pay once, quote as much as you need, and keep building your prices around profit. The Rapid Quote Profit Generator was built from real lawn care experience to help you quote faster, cover every overhead cost, and stop leaving profit behind on mowing jobs. Pick your plan, start quoting, and build your prices around the work it actually takes to get the job done.